pre-quote report. I'm still working on various things, but it does now display. Actually, I had turned off the table, which is why that one didn't. Go back and turn it on. Free quote.
This looks nice.
Yeah, so that's actually why I left it up, is because the part I've been working on is the getting it from this table. I still have to do a lot of testing because I think there's pieces not working, but this process of saying I want nearly perfect first and I want price first. This is
Oh
the
God, that's so awesome.
one of my first tests. Basically, I'm to the point now where I'd have to just start going back through all the tests. It's kind of it should
Okay.
all be working. But let's run on my first test case right now. And say I wanted nearly perfect first and I wanted price first. There you go. I probably shouldn't put price first because now I've
I'm
lost.
going to cut this piece of the video and make it a short and make it public.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So in development, we've got these pieces working. So, and yeah, now I have full control over how it looks and colors and stuff like that. So I set up the alternates and the whatever, right? So now it seems the basics are working. There's a bunch more testing to do to make sure this properly comes from all the templates and flows. An edited template, it changes future ones, and if you edit this report, it changes. So this change worked. I got to go back and make sure templates are used right, but we're getting there.
Can you change? How hard is it to put static pressure to the top?
All right, so let me go back to the page. I was on install choices. First, let me put details back to the
No,
top.
no, 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 not in this part. Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
know. I just wanted, this looks better this way. So what did you
Okay.
want? Static pressure? Where's that?
Static pressure is a graphic.
Oh, well, no, you can't change the order of the report. Is that what you mean?
Yes. How hard would it be to put static pressure to the top?
Oh, all right. Hang on, let me save this.
Because the order of the report, if before we even fix like the report, if we fix it a little bit at a time,
Yeah.
like what I'd like is static pressure at the top, likely load range next.
So, yeah, so just like you've got updates to, you gave me updates to the survey. I'll do that next, but you're right. As part of getting this update out, if you want to change the order of the report, then yeah, let's do that now because I'm trying to make the report finally look decent. So yes, if so what do you want to do in what order? Or do you want to take
I
you
want
want to take
static
a
pressure at
PDF
the
of
top,
this? Want to see what?
static pressure at the top.
This one?
Yes, duct pressure at the top.
So this piece.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At the very top,
At the very top,
before answers to the four questions.
before the four questions.
Okay.
What's going to happen is people are going to get this thank you. Thank you for inviting me out to your house.
Right.
In order of importance, these are the things I discovered.
Right. Okay.
Your static pressure is fine, or your static pressure is high. Most of the time, static pressure is high, or your static pressure is indeterminate.
Okay.
Next, likely load.
Well, actually, does that mean also including the duct pressure testing signature?
Yes.
Okay.
You declined duct pressure testing. Here's your signature.
Yep. Okay.
Next, likely load range.
This one. So
This one.
then, because the
Your
score is
heating,
from above, so it's heating
heating
system
system
size, cooling system
size,
size,
all the
and
way down to duct pressure.
down here. Okay. Okay. So load range with heating size, cooling size, and text. Okay.
Next, I think. So probably at the very top should be the one question.
Okay.
Their
Which
answer to
question,
the one
where do
question,
we already ask it? Or do
we
we?
don't. It needs
Yeah,
to be added.
right. Um, all right, so now we're talking about changes to the surveys because now we have to ask it in one of the surveys. Is it part of the 4-question survey? Or is it a precursor to that?
It's a precursor to the 4-question survey.
Um,
So can it, but where is the 4-question survey in the free quote process?
it's or it's here in the 4 questions. It's not asked again in the free quote questionnaire
But
because
it shows up in here, doesn't it?
it does, because you can always get here and you can get to it, right? But we don't ask again. You can always change it, and probably best practice would be to review it, when you get there. But it's a kind of in order, right?
Can we have a
This,
button that takes us? Can we have a button in the free quote process that takes us there?
yeah, maybe that could be near the top. Also, is that
If we could have buttons where
similar
these
to
things should live, similar to this button, that
right?
would be
Exactly.
great.
Right.
I'll let you put that down.
Although, right, again, that button is always, oh, not the comments, but that button is essentially always available here.
Okay, but I'd also like it in the place that it belongs. So can we have both?
Yeah, sure. So we want to add go to 4 questions button at the very top here.
Go to 4 questions button at the very top.
Okay.
Above that, this is the question.
Right.
Do we have above that the one question? Or do we have the one question be its own thing and
Well,
have
I
a
think
button?
instead of having yet another thing, I think would it make sense to have it be 4 questions. The first question of it's not really 5 questions, but it's actually more than that because we ask all these things too. But is there a question 0, right?
There would be a question 0, and it would be probably, is this about service or replacement? And if it's about replacement, what's the one thing?
Okay, so is this about service?
If you click replacement, what's the one thing should be?
Okay, so on 4 questions, after service replacement, ask, and what is exactly the question?
So maybe that question should always be there. And
Yeah.
it's, what's the one
Okay.
thing you're hoping your new equipment will
Yeah.
do that your
Yeah.
old equipment didn't?
Well, and so if
Or
it's
is there
if we
anything
apply to
you're
both,
hoping your new equipment would do that your old equipment didn't do?
if we want to leave it for both service and replacement, basically the answer on service would be work again. So, but is there something about that my visit would accomplish, or that wheel will accomplish, or something like that? Or should it just be if you click replacement, you get the question? I guess I can leave the question up all the time. All right. What
Just
is
leave
the
the
one?
question up all the time. The guys won't ask
Right.
it if it's a service.
Right. Okay.
I mean, they'll know. Or they'll ask it differently, and that'll evolve,
Yep. Okay. All
and
right.
they'll
So what
keep.
is the question again? What is the one thing you're hoping?
Was there any one thing you were hoping your new equipment would do that your old equipment didn't? Did not do. I'm sorry, didn't do.
And then, yeah, we'll have a free text response. Okay. And we'll keep it as always top of 4 questions, meaning both in the 4 questions and in pop-up. And by that, what I mean is either when I'm here, right? So I'm at the
Oh,
client.
right. There are different ways that represents.
Yeah, I come here, then it should be here.
Yep.
And if I'm anywhere else and I hit this, then it should
Oh,
be
right.
it should be at the top of this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Um, in discussion, there's also been talk about, so why'd you invite me out today?
Okay.
It's kind of a nice, it's a leading question because it implies that I was invited out and I'm a guest.
Right.
And maybe that's better than the buttons of service, or like maybe that's because that's not the one question, but that's a sort of the very
Right.
beginning of the free quote process is what that is. It's the very beginning of the free quote process, sales
Right.
process.
So you're saying instead of making people make this choice, I should ask, why was I invited here?
Yeah. So what prompted you to invite me out today?
Okay. And it could be, actually, we could leave service replacement and other, but if they check other, I should open up a box to set type
Right.
other.
Yes. Yes. So just change the wording there and put
Exactly.
box. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Change this service replacement to, what did we want to say? Why did you invite me here? You said it nicely. Why
Yeah.
was I invited here today? Why did you invite me here
What
today?
prompted you to invite me out today? Like out to your home today. Out.
Um,
I'm over the score. I'm not sure unless we change the scoring. I'm not sure that the score is useful anymore because like somebody needs to have a significant problem in order to justify comfort consult first.
okay.
These guys are 5% comfort consult. I might be able to build it here and bring it.
Okay.
And then I'll just be there at 3:30.
Perfect. All right.
Okay.
That worked.
See ya.
Okay. Bye.